What's good, everybody? It's your boy Alpha here. Just wanted to kick things off. We're doing a little different collab this time. Um, I just got off work at 9, and we had the Nintendo Direct today that they basically did about a 35-minute live stream presentation on some of the upcoming games on the Switch and the 3DS, and just want to kind of give some input on what I just saw today. So actually, this time we're actually doing a collab. So after me, you're gonna see and hear from your boy T5 Tech, and then after that, you're gonna hear from Mekel James, aka Mekel Casanova, and all the channels will be in the description below. And collectively, we have a group called Poli-Techs on. Basically, for our aspect of social media, we actually do have an Instagram account, but we have a Poli-Techs Telegram chat where we collectively just put our thoughts together on just anything in general. Links for that group will be below. If you want to go ahead and join that, feel free. But let me just go ahead and put some thought into this Nintendo Direct here. So, of course, we knew we were going to see Splatoon 2. We knew we were going to see Mario Kart. And as a matter of fact, those were kind of the most anticipated titles. Then we had a whole slew of new indie titles and things like that. And then also some of these re-release titles. You have like Payday 2, which kind of surprised me, but I believe what I think Nintendo is doing is they're kind of trying to show a little bit of diversity, and re-releasing that, and I guess it kind of is in line with Nintendo re-releasing the Lego, the Lego. I guess it was the the Lego City game that they just recently re-released, but. They have a few titles there, and then you've got a new RPG game at the end that they talked about. And then they have Sine, Mora, which kind of reminds me of a shooter from back in the Dreamcast games. Not a shooter as in first-person shooter, but as in a space shooter, kind of arcade shooter. And they had some really good titles. They had, I would think for us and our Poli-Techs group, Monopoly would probably be a good favorite there when it does get released. What else? They had a lot of good titles, but Splatoon 2 impressed me because they had the, I guess it's like a mode where you can kind of shoot enemies now. Believe me, I don't really have as much experience with Splatoon outside of the demos from the first one and the test fire trial for the second one. But I am looking forward to actually purchasing that day one when Splatoon 2 does arrive. What else? Mario Kart, we kind of know what Mario Kart is going to be based on the trailers. And, you've got the new battle mode. And I can't wait to get hands-on with that when that comes out. So stay tuned. I'll have some coverage on this channel here. Also, they re-releasing Street Fighter 2. The last, I guess it's called the final edition. And then you have, for the most part, those are the titles that really kind of stuck out to me. And honestly, I think Nintendo's going in the right direction. The only question here I have is just the pricing on some of these re-release games, but outside of that, I really look forward to seeing what's coming down the pike at E3. But nonetheless, I was still pretty impressed with what Nintendo had to offer. They just threw a whole bunch of titles out there that honestly I didn't expect to see anything else other than just those two. And of course, they still have 3DS rocking and rolling because it doesn't look like they want to get rid of it. So. But those are just my thoughts here. Okay, also, you got Sonic Mania, and then you also have Sonic Force. Sonic Force looks really, really good. Sonic Force is kind of like a mixture between the new school Sonic and old school Sonic, so it's kind of like the Sonic generations, and I like that concept, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of that too. So, but yeah, stay tuned. On the back side of this, as I mentioned, T5 Tech is going to give you his thoughts, and then on the back side of that, hear from your boy Mekel Casanova. Stay tuned.
What's going on, guys? T5 Tech here. I just wanted to comment on the Nintendo Direct that came out today. Specifically on the Mario Kart. They didn't say a whole lot today about the Mario Kart, but I'd like to see that the battle mode, they have 2 items that you can hold. I was really looking forward to be able to hold 2 items. It's important because, you use that one item, you want to have something in the back. You want to have something in the side pockets for your next person coming by. So definitely, I'm happy about that. The new tracks, oh my goodness, they got the Splatoon track, and they got a couple of other battle tracks that I'm looking forward to seeing. So definitely, that's a good thing. And they said they got more characters, so I'm interested to see what characters they're going to add this time for the Mario Kart. So that's my thoughts on the Mario Kart. I'm looking forward to playing it. April 28th, it's coming out. We're ready. Let's do it. And how about those neon Joy-Cons I saw? But we'll talk about that a little bit later. Off to Rakama.
What's up, everyone? This is your boy Mekel Casanova. I'm going to be talking about a couple of games that I saw in the Nintendo Direct, and just generally the overall feel and just sense of what Nintendo's trying to do. With the Nintendo Direct, they talked about a couple games. As you can see, I got a couple here on the screen from their official site. Now, the big ones that they were talking about were definitely ARMS and Splatoon 2. Now, with Splatoon 2, I'm definitely looking forward to that Salmon Horde mode, because I think that's going to be fun, especially with 4 people and waves after waves of opponents coming. That's definitely something I love that they came out with, that is going to really just take Splatoon 2 to a whole nother plateau. And it's a shame that a lot of people fell asleep on the first Splatoon. ARMS looks like it's going to be a definite knockout game, no pun intended. And the reason I say that is because we've desperately been needing something that brings that flavor that Punch-Out used to bring back in the day, and even with the Super Nintendo and the Nintendo Wii remakes, that we just haven't seen, in the genre for a while now. And I think ARMS is definitely going to bring it. The new character they showed definitely looked on point, and I can't wait for that character to come out. Other games that I'm actually excited about, and I'm going to go ahead and click here. Go ahead and mute this. Is Mora EX, and the reason I'm excited about this is because it seems like this game looks like Ikaruga, and that was a game that I really loved back in the day. The reason I say it seems like Ikaruga because I'm looking at the gameplay footage and the screenshots with the whole dark and light bullets. The same type of gameplay that Ikaruga had on the Dreamcast and the GameCube. It just seems like this is going to be similar to it, except instead of going vertical, you're going to be going horizontal. And I think that will be a game definitely worth my time. Other games they showed, Rayman Legends, Definitive Edition. Now look, don't get me wrong, Rayman Legends is a really good game. Unfortunately, my opinion on that is the fact that this game has already come out years ago. I believe this originally launched in 2012. Back when the original not Switch, but the Wii U came out. And for me, I'm kind of like, I don't know how, I'm feeling some kind of way about it. It's another remake of a game that's already been out. And I'm kind of noticing this trend of a lot of re-releases and remakes of games on the Switch. And I understand there's a market for it. I'm not sure what the demographic that Nintendo's trying to go at. Maybe they're just trying to have this system as something that, everybody can find something they like. Which obviously with Payday 2, as you can see here, I think that's definitely something that's cool that they're bringing it. Now granted, the graphics look really good on it from what I can see. Maybe slightly downgraded from the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One variations of the game. But still, nonetheless, I think it's really cool that it's coming, because Nintendo definitely needs that online multiplayer first-person shooter. Now, they got other games coming out, like Sonic Forces looked really, really tight. You know, that little demo that they showed, I'm thinking that's going to be phenomenal when they finally get that out. You got, you know, old school Sonic with 3D Sonic. That's similar to, I believe it's Sonic Colors or Sonic Generations. I think that game was really good, and it's about time we had a good Sonic come out that does it justice to the franchise. And hopefully Sonic Forces can do that. Another game I'm kind of interested in, as you guys already know, like, I'm a big fighting game fan, and the fact that Street Fighter Ultra Street Fighter 2, the final challenge, is coming out, I'm really excited about that. And a lot of people have been kind of, you know, complaining about this being on the Switch. Like, a lot of people wanted Street Fighter 5. And here's the thing. A lot of people don't realize that Street Fighter V was co-developed with Sony by Capcom. So Sony really funded that. So that's going to be exclusive to theirs. And also it's on the PC because, you know, there's a large install base. It would have been cool having that on the Switch, but we didn't get that. We got Ultra Street Fighter 2, the Final Challengers, which is a solid game. A lot of people, I think this generation now, who've never touched Street Fighter 2, they just look at it like, oh, that's just, it's another remake, it's another re-release. But this is not the same version of the game that came out about 10 years ago, the HD remix. The reason I say it's not the same is because, yeah, it does use some of the same graphics if you use the HD remix graphics, but it's more tightly tuned. This is the perfect version of Street Fighter 2 that's coming out. And with the two new characters, I know, you know, new, but the two characters, Evil Ryu and Violent Ken, and here's a little nugget of information. Violent Ken has never been enough in any Capcom game ever made. He first made his appearance in Street Fighter 2, the animated movie, and the second time he made an appearance was in SNK vs. Capcom SVC Chaos, which came out in 2004 for the Neo Geo, Xbox, and PlayStation 2. But that was made by SNK, not Capcom. So this is the first time we get this Ken, which, technically speaking, by storyline, this is actually when he would have shown up in the story anyway. So I'm excited about it. You know, that whole Hadouken mood, I mean, that's a nice little gimmick to throw in. But for $40, you get the perfect port of Street Fighter 2. Now, that hits at the nostalgia for the old school players, and they'll definitely like that. So, just tell me what y'all think about that, because I'm definitely going to play it. If y'all want to play me on it, definitely let me know. Let Alpha know. He'll probably get it too. I do think what Capcom should do is release Ultra, maybe just make this like an Ultra Street Fighter 3, because there's never been a Third Strike portable version, and that's one of the best games in the franchise, if not the best game in the franchise. So Capcom, if you're watching, definitely do that. But yeah, you know, there's a couple games like Battle Chasers, Night War. Now this game seems cool as an old school RPG. I like the art style. I'm really loving all the support that indie developers are getting from Nintendo to put their games on, you know, the Nintendo Switch. As you know, I mean, a lot of this boom of the indie development has been really going hard the last 7 years, and I'm really liking that Nintendo's fully embracing it and allowing these companies to put their stuff on the Switch. Like this game, you know, it may be the truth. Is it going to be something as good as, you know, Final Fantasy? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe so. We don't know. Because at this point, Final Fantasy, in my opinion, is not as it was back in the day. And if this can be a 2D, side-scrolling RPG that, I know I just said a bunch of different genres all in one, but if this can be that 2D RPG that brings it back home, I'm definitely all for this. But that's just about everything I have to say. I'm going to take it back to Alpha. Thank y'all for watching. If you haven't already, hit subscribe on Alpha's channel and mine's. Give us a thumbs up and check us out. Deuces.